This video will cover the remaining cases with blocks that you can recognize. The algs in the videos after this are just a lot less fun because it's a lot harder to recognize because you have no blocks. So for this first case, if you remember this alg from I think the second video, you would do the way you recognize is you have like a 1x2 here, and then two of them two 1x2s next to each other on the opposite side, and then bunny EP. So, and for this case, it's basically the same thing, but this is sort of like the left hand case, and then this is the right hand case. Here you have like the 1x2 on the right, and then here you have the 1x2 on the left, and then these ones have like opposite pattern of this. So for this one, this was from like a while ago, you would just do that alg, but for this one, it's a little bit different, and you would hold it from this angle and do these next two cases look really similar to the previous case because you have the 1x2 here and then the 1x2 here next to it, and you have bunny EP, same here, but you'll notice that in these two cases there's no third 1x2 in the front here, and that's the difference between these two and the other two. So to tell the difference between this and this, you look at the top, and in here the 1x2s are kind of pointing to the left, and here they're kind of pointing to the right. So for the case where they're pointing to the left, you would do and for this case where they're pointing to the right, you would do this case is pretty easy to recognize. You just have like two big bars, two 1x3s, and it's pretty much it. There isn't really anything else there, and no other case has these two 1x3s with nothing else. So the way you execute is you hold it from this angle with one bar here, and do the way you recognize these two cases is that they have three 1x2s and nothing else. So you have 3 and 3, and the way you tell the difference between these two cases is if you look here, the 1x2 is kind of on the left. If you like put these on the top, they'll be on the left side, and then this one's on the right. But if for this one, for this case, you can put these on the top right, and then this will be on the bottom left. So for this alg first, you would do a J perm, and then you do a Y perm. It's a long alg, but it's pretty fast if you like just practice it a lot, I guess. And for this alg, you would do the same thing, but it's a back J perm instead, so it goes like this. And then you can sort of like cancel into the Y perm. That. For these next two cases, you have 5 1x2s. In I think the second video of this series, there was also 2 cases that had 5 1x2s. The difference between these two and those two is that these two have bunny EP, while the other two had horseface EP. And so you want to make sure that you don't mix the two up in terms of edge permutation. And the easiest way to do that is you sort of like solve your front face by like matching up the 1x2 that goes with this sticker color. So for here it's green, and you just move that along. And here, since I had to swap pink with orange and cream with blue, I know this is bunny. And same thing here, swap the orange cream and the green pink. And the way you tell the difference between these two cases is that in this case, the blocks take up the middle and the right corner, so for all 5 blocks, and here they take the middle and the left corner. So for the case where it takes the middle edge and the right corner, you would do, oh my bad, Oh, and, one other thing is that you can do since these cases are symmetrical, you can do these algs from any angle, which is pretty nice. So again, middle edge right corner for the 1x2, and you would do I sometimes it's a little bit easier to do on table, but I'm not too sure where I stand on that. I think it's a little bit better if you can sort of get the timing down on with the Megaminx on the table. It'll be a little bit faster than doing it in the air. But I think I haven't really looked into that too much. And same thing, same idea here. You could do it from any angle, and you should consider doing the alg on the table. And the alg for this case is